Oh,
And
there
we are
we
good.
go. Okay, all right. Okay, this meeting of the Kailua Village Design Commission will come to order. The time is 1:09 p.m. And welcome everyone. And because we're doing this as a Zoom meeting, commissioners all have their video on, which is great. My name is Sean Roth. I'm the chairperson of the Kailua Village Design Commission. I'll go through and introduce the commissioners who are on the call today. We have Sing Young, Bronson Glenn Casal, Coleman Ka'apua, Alani Greenwell. And so, commissioners, does anyone have anyone in the space where you are that you need to tell us about? Not today. Okay.
Yes, my drafter is here, Winter Anderson.
Okay, thank you. The commissioner's role is to provide an architectural and design review of proposed projects, including landscaping and signage within the Kailua Village Special District. The commission is an advisory body. For sign permits, the commission's recommendations are forwarded to the Public Works Director for action. For architectural design review, the commission's recommendations are forwarded to the Planning Director for action. The procedures of this meeting are that Robert's Rules of Order will be used to conduct the meeting. Each commissioner wishing to speak should be recognized by the chairperson before speaking. Applicants and members of the public should be recognized by the chairperson when testifying or asking questions. Each application will be heard in the order listed on the agenda. Staff will introduce each project. Applicants will be asked to make a presentation or statement, which will be followed by questions from the commissioners. Public testimony will be taken. The commission, after discussion, will vote to make a recommendation for approval, denial, or deferral. The first item on the agenda is the minutes. The minutes of the previous meeting have been distributed. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Okay, no one is unmuting. Okay, so hearing no corrections, the minutes are approved. Are there any statements from the public?
No, Chair, this is Ross. No, there was no statements submitted.
Okay, for the record, there's no statements from the public. So the first item of new business is application PL-KVD 2023-000045. The applicant, James Hayes of Planning Solutions, Inc., is requesting design review of a request to extend its lattice tower on the subject site. The lattice tower supports important communications equipment that enables Hawaiian Electric to effectively operate the island-wide electrical grid. The existing tower is 80 feet tall with a proposal to extend the tower to 100 feet tall. No changes proposed to the associated equipment buildings at the base of the tower. The applicant, James Hayes of Planning Solutions, Inc., landowner, Hawaii Electric Light Company, TMK 74010022, located at 74-5519 Kawai Street in Kailua Kona. Will staff please give us an introduction to this application?
Just a moment, please. Let me share my screen. Do you see that first page of the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the one agenda item we have tonight to extend the power pole 20 feet to 100 feet at Hawaiian Electric on Kaipi Street. There's the site on the tax map on the corner of Alapa and Kaipi Street. It's about a 6.086 acre site. There's an overhead aerial vision where a viewpoint where you can see the cell tower right in the middle of their site. It's funny, I've been there so many times and I've never actually even paid attention to their cell tower, but it's right there in the middle. I've been to their tanks over here up towards Alapa Street. It's funny that I've never noticed it. Anyways, there's their aerial image, and it shows that they have 176 feet from the cell tower to Kailua Street, the closest front yard. And that's important to point out because the setback for a cell tower, for freestanding cell tower based on 1 feet for every 5 feet of antenna height. So that'd be 20 feet only, that which is the same of the front yard setback for the MG or general industrial zoning district. So they have plenty of setback area for the increased height of the cell tower. Oops. There's their site plan showing the existing buildings and the electrical area over here. There's their elevation showing the 80-foot tower versus the new proposed 100-foot tower. There's a photograph of the existing tower behind their service building to the north of where you would go in to pay your electric bill. And there's another angle showing the equipment building on the base of the tower. There is an interesting photograph showing how they extend the antenna, the last tower by the additional 20 feet with a crane. And that's the end of the pictures that I have. They have a plan approval that was done for the cell tower from 2013, where I believe this is when they added the tower. They may have added it earlier than this. But a cell towers or telecommunications facilities are permitted use in the zoning district with a plan approval. If they were just doing modifications and adding another antenna, it wouldn't need another plan approval because per section of the code and zoning code, they wouldn't need to do another plan approval. Since they're adding height, they do need to do another plan approval. So they have submitted a plan approval for this extension of the height, and they're doing design review. Any questions on the PowerPoint?
Rosalind, I thought I saw in the application that was distributed that they were proposing to add some trees to their parking lot. Is that correct?
They did mention that. I thought I put that letter in this PowerPoint. What did I do with it? Did I not put it in? I'd have to look that up. They did mention they were going to do landscaping. They already have landscaping, Eureka palms along Kailua Street. You can kind of see it in this picture right here.
Okay. Well,
We can
maybe
ask the
we
applicant
can,
about that. I thought I put
we can
this
ask the
letter.
applicant. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I
Okay.
put that letter. Let me see what I do with that letter. Well,
Um,
it's not in this PowerPoint.
so commissioners, does anyone else have any questions for Roz? Okay, with no further questions. Okay, thanks, Roz.
Okay, thanks.
Does the applicant have anything that they would like to present?
Yeah, this is Jim Hayes with Planning Solutions, representing Hawaiian Electric.
Okay.
And Roz has done a really good job of introducing the project, but we have a few things and we can mention the landscaping. So if you want me to share my screen, I can show a few other things. Right. Okay. Can you guys see the PowerPoint now?
Yep.
Okay. So we're here for the design review, and I'm not going to show all my slides, but just as a context of where we are, it's in that industrial part of town, on the sort of northwest side of town. And Raj showed some good photographs. This is another photograph from Kailua Street that shows some of the vegetation. Raj mentioned Eureka palms. There are Eureka palms up and down the fence line. There are also a couple of canopy trees. These are mango trees, and kind of in the back on the far left, you can see Poinciana tree, and then the tower on the left side of the mango trees. And concerning landscape, This is a line drawing of the landscaping plan. The antenna tower is here. Oops, sorry, let me get the right thing. Yeah, the red triangle here is the antenna tower. And then Kaiwi Street here on the left, the existing trees, the canopy trees right here are the mango trees I showed in the previous photograph. And then to address the landscaping standards, the proposal is to add 3 new canopy trees in the parking lot area where it's sort of advantageous to do that given the layout of the parking lot. So one here near, this is like not the public service entrance, but a gate for access to the sort of the back of the house. So right here near that gate, another one sort of on the area away from the street, but in the parking lot, which can be accessed by the public. And then a third one here along the engineering building. So those 3 new street trees or canopy trees would be added as part of this effort. There's not any other change in use proposed. And the main thing here is to add or extend to the height of the lattice tower, and that will support the proposed new communication system improvements that Hawaiian Electric is making. And they're making similar improvements island-wide. So in some cases, the antenna towers do not need to be extended. They can just add antennas to existing towers. But in other cases, they need to do extensions like what is proposed here. And the photograph that Raj showed earlier is actually from a similar project on the Hilo side. So this has been done already on island, and it's going to appear very similar to the existing tower. It will retain its appearance, including the color. There's no ground disturbance necessary for the antenna part, but obviously there'll be a little bit of ground disturbance for the landscaping improvements. There won't be any substantial change to the impervious surface or the stormwater runoff at the site either. But that's about all we had, but we're of course open to answering any questions that people may have.
So Jim, is this?
Just one other thing, I have Mike here from Hawaiian Electric, so if you have other questions, he can help answer them.
So is this tower used exclusively by Hawaiian Electric, or do other like cell carriers and other people also share it?
It's currently used exclusively by Hawaiian Electric, is my understanding. Mike can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's correct. That's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah. And so this is a way that you guys communicate around the island to make sure that you're understanding what's happening with the grid. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and like I said, there's similar improvements being made at other Hawaiian Electric facilities around the island. Of course, this one being in the design district requires additional permitting.
Great, thank you. Commissioners, does anyone have any questions for the applicant? I'm not seeing anyone unmute or raise their hand. Okay, let's move on to discussion of this application. I'll start off by just saying I'm very much in favor of this application. I think that anything we can do to make the grid better and more reliable is really important. And I don't think this extra height is going to really even be noticeable by most people. And I also appreciate that they're adding those trees to the parking lot. I think that's, if they weren't doing the project, they wouldn't have to do that. And so that's nice to add that. So basically I'm in favor. Commissioners, any other discussion? Okay, if not, would anyone care to make a motion regarding this application? Coleman's getting ready to unmute himself. I thought maybe. He's just trying to find the button.
I move to accept the application as submitted.
All right, we have a motion to accept this application as submitted. And Bronson, was that a second?
Yeah.
Seconded by Commissioner Glenn Casal. Is there any discussion regarding the motion? Okay, let's move on to voting on this motion.
Okay. Chair Ross, this is Ross Newland, and we'll do a roll call vote to accept the application as submitted. Commissioner Greenwell, maker of the motion.
Aye.
Commissioner Casal, second of the motion. Okay. And Commissioner Coleman, I'm sorry, I skipped past you.
Aye.
Aye. And Commissioner Kolkowski excused. Commissioner Lucia excused. Commissioner Roth, we need your vote tonight.
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Young. Commissioner Young, your vote tonight? Was that an aye? Yes? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. So that's 5 votes in favor. That's unanimous for tonight. In favor of the application.
Yeah, so we are giving the application a approval.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I think that is the only item we have on the agenda today for application. So announcements. Well, first, are there any administrative matters? Sorry. No, okay. Announcements in the agenda, it says that the next meeting is tentatively scheduled for October 24th. Right?
Yes. Yeah, we tentatively have 2 applications for that meeting, so we should
Okay.
have that meeting. Yes.
So that probably will happen.
Yeah.
Okay, are there any further announcements?
No.
Okay. Well, if there's no further business, then we'll say that this meeting is adjourned at 1:27 p.m. Thank you, commissioners, for spending the time this afternoon and allowing us to get this business complete. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank
Okay.
you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.